ECI treaded safely but firmly and started by conducting elections to 18 seats of Rajya Sabha as well as some MLC elections. As you are aware, elections of Rajya Sabha are indirect, but they involved around 984 eligible electors across 8 states of the country. Stringent health and safety protocols were enforced during this election. After the successful conduct of these elections amid COVID crisis, ECI had all along been doing kind of parallel exercise on what to do about Bihar and what to do about the by-elections in a couple of state assemblies. And these were quite meticulous preparations to which I'll allude to in a while. So today, friends, we are here. The Commission is here before you to announce the elections to the largest assembly of one of the largest states of India, which is Bihar. I think if you see the relative statistics, it would probably be, as a very senior friend from media said in the morning, the biggest election in the world in the COVID times, in the immediate future. You're all aware that the term of assembly in Bihar is due to expire on 29th November. Bihar Assembly has a strength of 243 members, of whom 38 seats are reserved for SCs and 2 for STs. COVID-19 exigencies and social distancing measures made the Commission revisit the extant instructions. One of the first major steps which was taken was to reduce the maximum number of electors at a polling station from 1,500 to 1,000. I am sure you will kindly appreciate the magnitude of this revision because the number of polling stations as a result of this decision went up from 65,337 in the year 2015, the year of last, and to more than 1 lakh in 2020. This massive increase in the number of polling stations entails huge logistic and manpower implications. The special summary revision of the electoral rolls of Bihar was held with reference to 1/1/2020 as the qualifying date, and the final roll was published on February 7, 2020. The total electors in Bihar during 2015, when the last assembly elections were conducted, was 67 million. In 2022, now as we are sitting to brace for the polls, the number is about 7.29 crore. That is 72 million. Male electors in 2015 were 3.57 crore, which has now risen to 3.85 crore. Number of female electors was 3.12 crore in 2015, and now it is 3.4 crore. The number of service electors rose from 92,144 to 1.6 lakhs. As far as deployment of EVMs, etc., is concerned, the main tool of elections, 1.89 lakh BUs, 1.41 lakh CUs, and 1.73 lakh VVPATs are being deployed in Bihar. To give you further glimpse of the magnitude of logistics to conduct elections during COVID, as per report received from CEO Bihar, incidentally, we all have had series of interactions with the CEO and other officials of Bihar on a virtual basis, on which I'll come to in some more detail later. more than 7 lakh units of hand sanitizers, about 46 lakh masks, about 6 lakh PPE kits, 7.6 lakh units of face shields, and about 23 lakh hand gloves have been arranged. For the voters, that is 77.2 crore single-use hand gloves have been specifically arranged when they press the EVM, etc. As per reports received from the field units and collated by CEO Bihar, there were about 18.87 lakh migrants across 38 districts of Bihar. Out of these, 16.6 lakh were eligible to vote, being more than 18 years. 13.93 lakh had their names already on the rolls. During the process of continuous updation, 2.3 lakh voters were registered, and the process of updation is still on. I would take this opportunity to compliment CEO Bihar, the district election officers there, and the election machinery at the district and sub-district level, that they made assiduous efforts to connect with so many migrant workers in the process of registration. Now I come to some more special measures for COVID-19 safe elections. Elections usually involve large gatherings, not only on election day itself, but during campaigns, nominations, and other practices. These events increase human-to-human contact and the risk of direct and indirect disease transmission. The Commission has therefore taken the following steps to mitigate the risk and ensure safe elections. One of the significant ways in which the health impact of COVID-19 can be mitigated is by exploring options to in-person voting for certain vulnerable categories of people. You would recall that way back in October 2019, that is pre-COVID times, on the recommendations of the Commission, the concept of absentee voters was introduced. And it was used very effectively in Delhi at that time, after that. In the elections in Bihar, postal ballot facility has been extended as an option to senior citizens aged 80 and above. We were wanting to extend it to people from 65 and above. Political parties had their own views, but ultimately what clinched the argument of not going for that this time is that because of the increase in the number of polling stations, already our manpower requirements had increased so significantly that we realized we may not be able to manage the 65 part. So it remains 80 years. Persons with disability, fact in the electoral roll, and COVID-19 suspect or affected persons all shall be taken care of. And in that we are following regarding the COVID-19, even in Rajya Sabha, one or two MLAs who were suspected, they had to vote, cast their votes at the very end, after everybody else had gone through the voting process. Special protocol has been, there is also a facility of postal ballots wherever required or wherever asked for. We'll also be deploying a lot of teams to ensure this process, as have been employed, and that we get a lot of cooperation. I'm wanting to tell you that we get a lot of cooperation from civil society we have been getting in the past, and I'm sure we'll get now also. Special protocol has been devised for electors who are COVID positive, suspect, quarantined, so that such citizens are able to exercise their franchise without in any way jeopardizing the health of other voters. COVID-19 patients who are quarantined will be able to cast their vote at the last day of the hour, poll day, at their respective polling stations, as I said earlier, under the supervision of health authorities, strictly following the laid down measures. This is besides the option of postal facility already extended to them. Nodal health officers will also be appointed at the state district level to oversee